The role of authority figures in convincing you to buy. Imagine walking into a store or scrolling through your phone, and suddenly you're drawn to a podcast just because a celebrity endorsed it or an expert raved about it. But why does their word makes us reach for our wallets? In today's video, we are diving into the powerful, sometimes subtle role of authority figures in our buying decisions. From social media influencers and advertising grants to industry experts, authority figures have a unique sway over our choices. We'll explore the psychology behind why we trust them, the science of social proof, and how brands use this influence to their advantage. Plus, we'll uncover why influencers have taken center stage as modern-day authorities and highlight both the benefits and potential risks of following their lead. And by the end, you'll learn how to recognize these tactics so you can make smarter, more informed choices every time you shop. Understanding authority and its influence. When it comes to making decisions, especially those that involve buying, authority figures hold a unique position of power. But what exactly makes someone as authority? Authority figures are individuals we perceive as knowledgeable, experienced, or credible in particular field, such as doctors, industry experts, influencers, or even celebrities. Their words carry weight, and that's what often makes us listen and even act on what they say. This influence is rooted in our natural tendency to rely on experts when faced with choices. We look to authority figures because they seem to have the information or insights we lack, allowing us to make decisions with more confidence. This could mean trusting a fitness influencer for health advice, following the recommendations of a tech reviewer on the latest gadgets, or choosing skincare products promoted by the dermatologists. Brands are well aware of this and frequently use authority figures to endorse products, positioning them as trusted advisors. The underlying message is, if they believe in it, you should too. It's a powerful tool that taps into our need for guidance, allowing authority figures to shape our preferences, influence our decisions, and even change our perceptions, all with just a recommendation or endorsement. Psychological appeal of authority. The influence of authority figures taps into a deep-seated psychological appeal, our need for trust and security. When an authority figure, whether it's a doctor, a scientist, or a famous personality, endorses a product, we feel a sense of reassurance. This is because psychologically, we are wired to respect and trust those who appear knowledgeable or successful. It's a mental shortcut. Rather than researching every detail ourselves, we rely on the expert to guide us. This response is often automatic. We see an endorsement and almost without thinking, we assume that the product must be legitimate. In part, this stems from a concept called social validation. Authority figures by definition have established reputations, and so we believe their opinions are trustworthy. Seeing them align with the brand or product gives us the sense of validation, pushing us to follow their lead. Furthermore, this trust isn't limited to any one type of authority figure. Whether it's a celebrity, an influencer, or a specialist, we tend to place our confidence in those who seem to know more. This psychological appeal makes authority one of the most powerful tools in advertising, helping brands shape our choices with surprising ease. Science behind authority influence. The power of authority in influencing decisions isn't just theoretical, it's backed by science. One of the most famous studies on this subject is Stanley Milgram's obedience experiment in the 1960s, which revealed just how far people are willing to go under the influence of an authority figure. In the experiment, participants were instructed to administer electric shocks to another person whenever they answered questions incorrectly. Even when they hesitated, the mere presence of an authoritative scientist figure urging them on was enough for most participants to continue, despite clear signs of distress from the other person. This study highlighted a powerful insight. When an authority figure guides our actions, we tend to follow, often without question. The science behind this influence lies in our brain's response to authority. People are inclined to feel that figures of authority, with their experience or expertise, know best. This can trigger an almost automatic compliance, allowing us to offload decision-making to someone we perceive as more qualified. This tendency, known as the authority bias, plays a crucial role in marketing. When authority figures endorse products, they effectively lend their credibility, and our brains interpret this endorsement as a signal to trust and buy, reinforcing how influential authority truly is in our choices. Social proof and its impact on buying decisions. Social proof is one of the most powerful psychological forces behind our buying decisions. At its core, social proof is the idea that we look to others for guidance when making decisions, especially when we are uncertain. When we see that an authority figure, whether a celebrity, expert, or influencer, is endorsing a product, we tend to believe that the product must be valuable. This is because in our minds, if someone we trust is using or recommending it, it must be good. This principle works on a subconscious level. Take a celebrity who promotes a skincare line. When we see them publicly supporting the brand, we assume that they have done the research or have inside knowledge. In this case, social proof isn't just about seeing a product's popularity, it's about seeing someone we admire or trust vouch for it. The more people we see endorsing or using something, the more likely we are to believe it's the right choice for us too. Social proof doesn't always require a large crowd to be effective. Even the opinion of a single authority figure can provide the validation we need to follow suit. This is why authority figures are such an effective tool in marketing. They provide us with the social proof we crave, ultimately driving our purchasing decisions. Authority in advertising and marketing. In the world of advertising and marketing, authority is a tool that's used strategically to build trust and drive sales. Brands have long understood that associating their products with the credible authority figures boosts their legitimacy in the eyes of consumers. Whether it's a well-known athlete, a respected scientist, or a popular celebrity, these figures bring an inherent trustworthiness to the products they endorse. This is why you often see doctors recommending health supplements or athletes promoting fitness equipment. They don't just represent the product, they validate it. The influence of authority in marketing is rooted in the simple fact that we trust experts. When we see an ad with a credible figure backing a product, we are more likely to believe in its effectiveness without the need for extensive research. It makes decision-making easier. By using authority in their campaigns, companies position their products as trustworthy and desirable, which influences consumers' behavior on a massive scale. We don't just buy products, we buy into the credibility and reputation of those endorsing them. This direct connection between authority and sales is what makes it one of the most effective strategies in marketing today. The rise of influencers as modern authorities. Over the past decade, influencers have emerged as some of the most powerful authority figures in the world of marketing. With their massive followings on platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, influencers have built strong personal connections with their audiences. They have transformed from everyday social media users to trusted figures in beauty, fashion, fitness, and tech, among other industries. What makes them so effective is their relatability and authenticity. They are not just stars on a screen, but individuals we feel we know and trust. The rise of influencers has shifted the way we perceive authority in the digital age. Instead of relying solely on traditional celebrities or experts, consumers now turn to influencers for recommendations, reviews, and advice. This shift is particularly powerful among younger audiences who prioritize authenticity and transparency. Brands have taken notice, investing heavily in influencer marketing, knowing that these modern authorities hold significant sway over the purchasing decisions, whether it's a fashion influencer showcasing the latest trends or a fitness guru promoting a new protein shake. Their endorsements carry weight because their followers trust them as credible, relatable experts. This has reshaped the landscape of marketing, proving that authority can come from anyone who has the trust and attention of an audience. Examples of authority impacting purchases. Examples of authority influencing purchases are everywhere, especially in the world of advertising and product endorsements. One of the most iconic examples is Nike's long partnership with basketball legend Michael Jordan. His endorsement of the Air Jordan sneakers turned them into a cultural phenomenon. Consumers didn't just buy the shoes for their style or comfort. They bought into the idea that Jordan, a trusted authority in basketball, approved of them. His credibility as an elite athlete made the shoes seem not just desirable but essential for aspiring athletes. Another example is the health and wellness industry, where doctors and nutritionists often endorse specific products. For instance, when a well-known dermatologist recommends a particular skincare line, many people are likely to believe it's the best solution simply because of the doctor's expertise. This type of authority-driven endorsement significantly boosts a product's credibility and sales. Celebrity endorsements like those by Kylie Jenner for the beauty brand have shown how powerful authority figures can shape consumers' behavior. When authority figures promote a product, they often convey a sense of trustworthiness and value, making consumers more willing to part with their money. These examples illustrate how authority figures drive consumer behavior by lending the credibility and trust to a product, often pushing sales beyond expectations. As we have seen today, authority figures play a massive role in shaping our buying decisions, from doctors and celebrities to influencers and experts. These figures hold the power to influence our choices, often without us even realizing it. While it's natural to trust those who appear knowledgeable or experienced, it's crucial to remember that not all the authority is created equal. Just because someone is a well-known figure doesn't automatically mean the recommendations are the best or most reliable. In a world filled with countless endorsements and advertisements, it's important to stay vigilant and question the motive behind the authority figure pushing a product. Are they truly an expert in the field, or are they just paid to promote it? Are they recommending it for its quality or simply because it aligns with their personal brand or interests? The key takeaway here is balance. While authority can be a helpful guide, it's always a good idea to do your own research, read reviews, and trust your own judgment. After all, at the end of the day, you are the one who will be using the product and spending your money. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts or experiences, and subscribe for more insights into how the world of marketing impacts our everyday decisions.